disease, especially one that's going to involve emotional issues. When you're dealing with something that's going to involve just the sheer rush of hormones like acromegaly does, you are going to feel everything hyper intensively. I used to refer to my emotional outlet before I figured out what was going on. I used to refer to it as a tornado through a trailer park. Because literally, I remember before I was diagnosed, we'd go out for dinner with the family or out for a nice lunch or whatever, and I would hear someone say something that I would interpret as a slight. Be it a true slight or not, that's how I heard it. And I would become an emotional disaster, and I would carry on, and I would scream, and I would yell, and really be very embarrassing to my family. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, the entire event has passed. The problem is, while I'm perfectly fine and I don't really remember what had just happened, the entire family or all my friends are looking at me like I'm the world's biggest jerk. So, when you're dealing with negative energy, not only is it coming internally, but you're also dealing with negative energy from without. The medical community that questions whether or not you're just a hypochondriac because they can't figure out what's wrong. Your friend, okay.
I was going to say, is it fair to say that this book would actually be good also for really anyone coping with any sort of disease? I mean, not just those that are afflicted with, I'm not even going to try to say it. I can't say it.
Acromegaly. Acromegaly. You're very close. Acromegaly.
Yeah, I mean, the coping mechanisms, and that could be used really for anything, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Actually, everyone who has read this book has come back and told me that it has spoken directly to them. And I'm talking people who are not just dealing with acromegaly, but who have had any contact with the medical community, even as far as like addiction issues and people who are dealing with cancer and AIDS and diabetes. We have family members. As an organization, we really try to reach out to the entire family network because it's not just the patient that suffers the disease, it's the entire family. Which is why we have a chapter in this book just on how parents have talked to their children about the disease. Just talking with your husband and your wife and dealing with the good days and the bad days, because it really, when you're dealing with a severe medical issue, there are so many factors. We have a chapter totally dedicated to dealing with your boss in the workplace. We try to cover every single aspect of dealing with a medical condition.
And there are so many facets, you're right.
Sometimes the emotional problems that result from this will have physical ramifications. Does that make your situation worse in any way?
The emotional issues always impact the body physically. When you're emotionally stressed, your physical pain, if you have any, will be exacerbated. And that's one of the reasons why when I talk to my members, one of the things I always encourage them is when you're having a bad day, sometimes all you can focus on is just try and make tomorrow a little bit better than yesterday was. You can't always, not everyone is going to have a great day every day. It would be wonderful if it was possible, but it's just not. And what we try and focus on in the book as well as the organization is, okay, you know what? It's not fair that you have this disease, and it's not fair that you have to deal with all these side effects. But guess what? No one in life was ever promised fair. Now let's deal with it so you can get the most out of every moment you have left.
It sounds like sound advice.
It does, absolutely.
In your group, see if I can say this accurately, appropriate support group.
Absolutely, and actually I do, if people want to find us on, we have a Facebook so they don't have to try and spell acromegaly, although I will spell it for them. To find us is facebook.com/alone, ALONE, .book.
Easy enough.
That's exactly what the plan was. Now, the website for the organization, and I'll spell this too because it is a little bit more complicated, ACRO, M as in Mary, EGALY, community.com. And I know we have several members in the Wisconsin area. I know, like I said, we have members all over, or not all 6 continents, but 6 of 7. I'm not holding my breath for Antarctica anytime soon. But you know what? I'll talk with anyone. If anyone has any questions about medical issues, or they're having trouble within their own medical universe, I'm more than happy to talk to anyone. I'll also give you my office line, and any one of your listeners can always feel welcome to call me. I always have time to talk to anyone. And that phone number is 716-844-8780.
Anyway, the book I would assume is available on that website. Is it at bookstores too?
It's available at facebook.com/alone.book. It's also available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and you can also get it at acromegalycommunity.com. If people would like an autographed copy, all they have to do is call my office, and I will happily send them off one. I'll personalize it to whomever they want, saying whatever message they would like. And again, that's 716-844-8780.
Interesting stuff. I think it's important that you're doing what you're doing, and congrats on your efforts.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited. I get to work every day doing exactly what I love, and how can you ever complain about that? When you can wake up every day and you get to spend your entire day helping people, that's a very cool way to spend your day.
That's a great day spent right there.
Exactly.
Thank you for your time, and it sounds like that book is worth getting.
Absolutely. It's an important book.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and feel free to call me anytime.
Okay, thanks, Wayne. Have a great week.
Thanks. You too.